Welcome home, Toronto Sceptres. The team last played inside Coca-Cola Coliseum New Year's Eve, a Battle of Ontario that went to the charge 2-1. And today, it's the same goaltender matchup. Emmeren's Mashmeyer in her league-leading 12th start for Ottawa, currently tied for the league's best save percentage with fellow Team Canada goaltenders Anne-Renee Desbiens and Corrine Schroeder. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Becky Keller and Anastasia Busis ringside. As we get the opening face-off underway, Ottawa wins that one. They have been working on their face-offs. Head coach Carla McLeod telling us that. It's an area of growth that they've seen, but so far their centers individually are all humming below 50% right now, though, in Toronto's zone. Reagan Kirk watching from her net. It's blocked in front. Renata Fast was there now. Sarah Nurse flips into the neutral zone. Daryl Watts jumps on it. Watts yet to score against her former team, Ottawa, but does have a point so far against them in the season.
On coming off a goal, a huge goal.
And now coming in as Connors drops it back. Comfort was there. Flanagan holds on for Toronto. Sharp angle shot. Tess Mashmeyer into the near corner. Back out. Both teams really wanting to continue what they developed this week despite the losses against Montreal. Very good starts for both sides.
Well, the best first period I think we've seen Ottawa have, or the best period for that matter. 13 shots, just absolutely dominated Montreal in the first.
Yeah, right now the most in a single game there. As Turnbull was in the slot, back out McKinnon. Keeps it in for Toronto.
Toronto just looking to make that one extra pass, and Connors, and you get into that area, we've talked about this before, you got to shoot that puck.
Both teams looking to score some goals. Toronto was able to get a lot of that done, but on the power play, so looking to really shore up their even strength scoring. Although in their only win so far against Ottawa this season, none of those 4 goals were on the power play. Julia Gosling along the far wall for Toronto. Danielle Serdachny rims it around. Terlova trying to move it up through the circle. Rylan McKinnon once more in blue. Venisheva. And Julia Gosling carries it away. Comes up and around Zoe Boyd. Effective in her defense. Boyd takes it back. Her mother Tammy is in the crowd today to watch her play.
Kind of a cute moment in warm-up when you can see the players giving a wave to Zoe Boyd's mom.
We got a high sticking.
Well, Renata Fast, and we've talked a lot about her. Of course, Haley and Soroya talked about her game as well, and she takes one for the team early on. And this one, Ottawa with a point shot. Fast decides, hey, I'm going to block that. I'm going to block it with the palm of my hand. That one stung like a bag of bees. She drops her glove, goes immediately to the bench. That glove got in the way behind the net a little while later, but she's got the glove. She's back on the ice. She's good.
Fast coming into this game, just one hit shy of the league leader, Emma Malte. So we know Toronto's a hard-hitting team, but they got 2 of the best out there doing it.
Oh, she was throwing it around in that game against Montreal. She had 4 huge hits.
Alexa Vasco had it, but now Renata Fast looking up, coming through. Neubauer-Rova was there. Isn't that the fun of international hockey? Savalainen rims it around it. Yes, there's 7 players on this between these 2 teams today traveling in this upcoming week for the international break. That's outside of Canada and U.S. players. We'll be playing in the rivalry series.
Yeah, it's big for all of these teams to go back and play with their national team. As Carla McLeod said, it's like their pre-World camp because they don't have a lot of time coming out of the league before Worlds.
And you got 4 Czech players in this game today, including the lone one for Toronto, Neubauer-Rova. Back out from the slot. That was Sarah Nurse. Puts it high. Malte cleans it up. Gets it back into the slot for Nurse. She spins around. Mashmeyer forced to save.
Sarah Nurse, who's been really heating up, and I've liked this line. She gets her first opportunity from high in the slot, and she's parked herself there. Toronto getting in on the forecheck, throws this puck out to her, and she gets the shot high in the slot. Doesn't get a ton on it, and it makes a nifty little move. Between the legs turns to try to fire.
Well, and Sarah Nurse has points in all 3 games against Ottawa this season, including a power play goal and 3 assists. Ottawa coming away with it from the defensive end. Terlova takes a spill, still tries to push it up. Markowski settles it back. Up again to Terlova, cross-ice pass. That reaches Dark Angelo with 4 goals so far on this season. Cheyenne Dark Angelo.
And they've moved her up to the second line. She's been centering the third line most of the season, but they want us to see a little bit of grit there. So she's with Serdachny and Bach, so that's some real good combination of skill, size, grit.
Yeah, there's Victoria Bach, was weaving through center. Coming in, and Hughes was down the slot, but forced to the outside. Pressure from the Sceptres. Bach feds it through, long shot. Jinsey Rose keeps the attack moving here for Ottawa, but along the near wall, and it's Turnbull who comes away with it. She's caught Comfort on the flank, but now going the other way, Teresa Vanisheva drives the net. What a stop by Kirk.
Vanisheva with a burst of speed. One of the things she's known for. Of course, the other one's penalties, but we won't talk about that till later.
Now through traffic, save, but the rebound loose. Sceptres come in to help out. Turnbull got her stick on it. Megan Carter as well, playing in her first game at Coca-Cola Coliseum. It was just 1 week ago she made her PWHL debut. Battle on Bay Street in front of 19,000 plus fans. Turnbull takes it through traffic herself. Blair Turnbull, the captain, coming in, but she's going to wait for some support.
Turnbull just takes the initiative because there have been a few turnovers that look like they might prove costly for Toronto, managing the puck, especially at the blue lines.
Right now, charged with 2 shots on goal. None the other way so far for the Sceptres. Ashton Bell trying to get the exit there, but Izzy Daniel proving persistent for the Sceptres. And that'll be an icing. It's all about bounces. We saw that actually in the last game they played January 14th. Opening goal by Ottawa also was a fluky bounce as well. Ended up going 4-2 to the Sceptres that time.
We've seen a few. New York's first goal against Ottawa as well. Very fluky. So sometimes you get the bounces, sometimes you don't. You got to say a little prayer to the hockey gods.
We've been talking a lot about bounces and force fields as well. For Toronto, the force field came down last Saturday in their last home game out at Scotiabank. But Emma Malte on her own looking for support, and there comes Hannah Miller. She's been having herself a season, number 34. And it's only the first half. Back through. Jocelyn Larocque keeps it away. This is Larocque's second game back at Coca-Cola Coliseum. Of course, that New Year's Eve game was literally the day after the trade. Izzy Daniel out to Savannah Harmon, who was part of that trade. Gosling centering feed Miller. What a stick by Jinsey Rose, though, for Ottawa.
She's been a real bright spot for this team offensively, too. She's contributed a ton. Caught the game-winning goal here, New Year's Eve.
Boyd takes the shot. It's loose in front. Swept aside by the Sceptres.
That's a couple times those rebounds have sat there. So, again, if you're Ottawa, that net front is going to be huge. You've got to get to those rebounds.
Moving quickly now, Serdachny. Patient out to Boyd this time. Up on the left side. Drop back from McMahon. Manna McMahon with 3 goals against Toronto. All 3 of her career goals so far.
Of course, I put an asterisk on the 1 because it came off a Renata's fast stick. They just gave it to the closest Ottawa player, the player with the last touch on the puck.
She did go out and score another one that game, and now on the move is Turnbull once more. Keeps it herself. Looks for a pass, drop pass, shoots! What a shot by McKinnon. Creating chances for the Sceptres.
That's just a nice, smart shot to shoot back the other way, make sure it gets around the defender. She makes Mashmeyer go back the other way.
Always great physical play between these two teams. And Carter out to McKinnon. Flips it down. Neubauer with a quick touch. And Caitlin Willoughby back out through the slot. And Carter gets it out now to Callie Flanagan. Flanagan back out. One-timer Woods catches bodies in front. We go back the other way. Anna Meixner. She's coming up around Ali Monroe. She's forced to go all the way around this time. Meixner back up to the point. Rose. Larocque from the point. Sets it up below the goal line. Rebecca Leslie, another former Sceptre, comes in. High slot. Shoots. Saved. Another chance for Ottawa. Blocked once more. Kirk coming in strong to start for Toronto.
Meixner started that by bringing the puck into the zone and then looked like she almost was going to have herself one with a nice shot. Point blank. Kirk has to make a couple through the flurry, and And Jocelyn Larocque with a really smart decision in that shift to shoot the puck off the end wall. You don't want to blast it into a shin pad. Her team's able to pick the puck up and continue to have possession.
Great back and forth start here for these two teams. Looking to build off of some strong first period play this week. Final game before the international break, and Renata Fast just offside. Scoreless, but chances at both ends. Sceptres, Ottawa Charge, Battle of Ontario inside Coca-Cola Coliseum.
The Sceptres haven't played at Coca-Cola Coliseum since December 31st. So what's been going on inside this building? Well, they turn it into a lake, and they host the annual boat show from the 18th to the 26th, which means your typical occupants, the Sceptres, the Toronto Marlies, have to move out for a month, go on the road, and it's pretty spectacular what they are able to do with this building.
There's some glow-in-the-dark paddling happening in the evenings. I mean, what a different environment, but we're back to what we know best, PWHL hockey, and Fast. Out to Nurse, patient back up. Daryl Watt shoots, and it's saved. Turned aside. Still in the offensive zone for the Sceptres. Looking to keep it in, but just as fast, Terlova skates through near side. Kirk with the stick on it, back out. Markowski along the far wall. We'll have our first penalty of the game.
Get 2 minutes for roughing.
This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel, power through tough messes. Ottawa last ranked power play with just 3 goals combined, and you consider a couple players on Toronto's team have 3 each. So big opportunity here. And we've got a stick up in the air, and everyone's taking exception to that.
I think they're amazed at how high that stick flew into the air, but no doubt about that. Usually you crack a person's stick out of their hands, you go into the penalty box, and that one was pretty obvious. So this is going to be a pretty short-lived power play as Brianne Jenner is going to go sit down for 2 or less, and these two teams are going to play a little 4-on-4. So you watch in the middle of the ice, right in the slot. And of course, Renata Fast early on with the original penalty, and their hands up into McMahon's face earlier in that shift, and then that was the penalty that they called.
All right, a little 4-on-4 hockey now. Ottawa had a chance 5-on-4. And the way the power play units, although this isn't your traditional setup here, but Toronto, of course, first on the power play with Ottawa being last, and their PKs are kind of both in the middle. We'll see how they play 4-on-4 here now. Sarah Nurse. Back out. Daryl Watts, it's just wide. Oh, she'd love to get a goal against her former team. Nurse. Back out across. Savalainen in the slot. And Serdachny holding.
Nurse and Watts have connected cross seam a couple of times.
Looking up, Serdachny carries it all herself, draws the Sceptres her way, kick save. Gabby Hughes, pressure from Savannah Harmon. Back out to Megan Carter this time.
That's good work down along the boards by Megan Carter to protect that puck and make a play.
Now Harmon, still without a point this season, coming through. Takes it around Ottawa. Strong defense. Jincy Rose plays it back to Larocque. They'll take it up the near side. Cross ice. Venisheva puts on the speed. Gets around Flanagan. Drives the net once more. Kirk with the stop.
Well, Venetia without a lot of real estate, but still tries to cut to the net. Unfortunately, can't get there. And she's stopped by Reagan Kirk.
Still a little more 4-on-4 hockey to go, but scoreless in Toronto.
Mike Bossy, Bobby Orr. That's a pretty good day of hockey here at Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Oh, you gotta love it. And it's just 7-year-old Megan Carter, just bright-eyed, excited, and you still see that love of the game now, of course. And it's gotta feel good to finally get out there with your team. She's had a busy first week after that debut last Saturday.
on a coaching staff that has a lot of faith in her. They had her on at the end of the game for the last penalty kill against Montreal in a tied game. So, you know, it speaks volumes. Coaches can say whatever they want about a player, but you can see what they really think based on how they play them, and there's a lot of faith in her right now.
Time winding down, and Renata Fast out, headed to the bench as Toronto will have a little time here, just mere seconds really, 5-on-4. So that'll pretty much do it there as Brianne Jenner is looking on, jumps out into the neutral zone. Right as the Sceptres bring it in. Woods one-on-one there with Jinsey Rose. Back down, Larocque. Trying to go for the clear. Jenner fresh out of the box. Digging in along the near wall, and Larocque. Jenner's going off there for the change now. Larocque keeps it herself. Of course, so familiar with this rink, being a Toronto Sceptre. Always lots of jerseys in the stands inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. Ottawa coming through with these face-off wins in the first period. Nurse slides, still manages a shot through the slot. And carrying it up now, Emily Clark. She's pressed out by Megan Carter. Carter just staying with Clark the whole way around. McKinnon out to Woods and Watts. Back through center now. Sarah Nurse poked free. Just players trying to get sticks back on it. Nurse drops it back. It's Fast. Looking up. Jessie Comfer is having a great season so far. Finding a lot of success in her goal scoring. As Renata Fast protects. Tries to keep it away from Venisheva. Comfer down low. And Savalainen. And it was Rania Savalainen who opened scoring against Toronto when they were in this building last.
You'll see her on their power play should they get one net front. They've made some adjustments to that.
Got another power play on the way.
Looks like Noe Barova is going to take this one. No, sorry, Callie Flanagan. Pardon me, she's going to go to the penalty box. And so Ottawa once again back on the power play, looking to extend it, though. Of course, last time they took a penalty early in. Flanagan comes in and just gets her stick wrapped around. Not 100% sure about that one, nor is the crowd. Mike's gets taken down. Ottawa to the power play, and you know, Carla McLeod had said we haven't been getting a lot of the calls, so they got that one.
So you're looking at two teams who have taken the most penalties so far. Actually, Ottawa the most overall, but Toronto right behind, and Ashton Bell takes it all the way around. Gets some Sceptres on the move. Back out, Brianne Jenner comes in close. Kirk with the save. Let's see how their penalty kill holds up here. Mrazova takes it top of the circle. No pass. Turnbull able to get in the lane. Savalainen. Becky Keller talked about Savalainen net front. She's trying to set up right now. Mrazova looks for options. Back out, Ashton Bell. And it'll be Blair Turnbull bouncing on it. Blair Turnbull on a breakaway. Her effort slowed up and saved by Mashmeyer as well. Coming through, Jenner. It's an Ottawa power play. So far, the Sceptres penalty kill shining.
Ottawa's forcing pucks right now. They got to take the play that's given to them, and I know Coach Carla McLeod has talked about that.
Including that turnover. Hannah Miller getting twisted and caught up on some players. The fans wanting a call. There is none. Still 5-on-4 advantage. Ottawa. In comes Emily Clark along the left side. She's pressed up by Carter. Back out Jinsey Rose, and that one nearly a redirect by Gabby Hughes. Venisheva far side this time. Emma Malte with some good skills, and Rose, it's taken away by Hannah Miller. She's got a pass. Malte, no chance on a goal that time as Mashmeyer sprawls. So back the other way for the Charge. Just 5 seconds remaining on this power play. Bach save. Kirk. My goodness.
Well, this isn't the power play Ottawa wanted when the bulk of the scoring chances have gone the other way short-handed.
Well, they got 2 shots on Kirk. We're back to even strength and still scoreless. Under 4 minutes to go in the opening frame. Shots on goal favoring the Charge, 9-4. Man and McMahon. It's nearly taken away by Watts. Fast.
Ottawa's just turning the pucks over right now, forcing play, turning pucks over just inside the blue line, and that's something they got to clean up if they want to have success. And again, Coach Carla McLeod's talked about just reading what the opposition gives you on the power play, not really wanting a ton of structure, but they were not reading what Toronto was giving them on that one.
Still around, looking to get the clear, but in the neutral zone is Carter. Zoe Boyd lays it up to Meitzner and back with a nice touch to Leslie. Rebecca Leslie can't let go. As Connors takes the hit in the board, but the Sceptres still looking for a way out. It's in the neutral zone now. Connors and Bell. Crowd rallying their Toronto team. A win is big for both these two on 2-game slides, but Toronto coming away with points in their last 2 games. Well, Ottawa left empty-handed the last 2.
Well, that was dangerously close to too many players, wasn't it? Jinsey Ropes playing that puck at the bench.
And Rose fires that one from the point.
Troy Ryan said it was great to have her, and the bus was a lot louder.
She's getting closer. You know, whenever I see that, Becky, I think she's all of us in the moments of the singing, but also in that moment of, oh my goodness, watching her team in overtime. It's got to be tough when you can't jump out on the ice, and you know she's really itching to get back too. Right now, 2 teams looking to get a goal in front. It's wide, and a big collision on Kirk that will draw the penalty.
She ran into Kirk, so she's going to sit down for that one. Allie Monroe gives her a little shot after the fact, and looks and says, hey, you used to be my teammate not so long ago. She comes flying at Kirk out at the edge of her crease, but was still in the blue paint. So now Toronto's power play, and man, have they been good lately on the player advantage. 5 goals in the last couple of games.
And this is Toronto's second power play of the game, but first really right now with the 5-on-4 opportunity potentially extended. They were part of the 4-on-4 earlier. Now Watts, top of the circle. Back out. Renata Fast plays it across. Hannah Miller shoots. As Comfort now low. There's a pass and then back out to Fast, cycling the puck. Looking for some good lanes on Mashmeyer here. Fast through traffic. Nurse down low and Watts as well. In comes Hannah Miller. Along the near wall, and out they come short-handed, the Charge. Emily Clark, we've seen this before. Clark makes some moves, pops the puck over.
Now you watch on this power play that Renata Fast pulls the puck to the right, tries to open up Hannah Miller. They've had some really good success on that. And then Miller either walking in or taking that shot from distance.
And Renata Fast leads the league in power play points.
She's got that great wrist shot from the point. Gets her head up and gets it through.
Now Gosling in the mix too. Malte back out, and Savannah Harmon. She looks for space. Up to Gosling, they trade. Harmon back. Far side, one-timer. Skims wide. Flanagan with a shot. Gosling back out. Harmon once more. Looking for the lane up. Goes high. Turnbull. Fighting off 2 Ottawa players. Back out. Gosling shoots and scores! Julia Gosling, first career goal, does it on the power play and puts Toronto on top.
Well, that one's got to feel good for Julia Gosling. And I'm watching this second unit of the power play, and all I'm thinking is she get the puck to Gosling because she can rip a wrist shot. And doesn't she do just that? Gets herself in a nice open spot. They get the puck to her. She's able to take her time, pull it in, take a couple strides in, and just rips it through traffic, finds the back of the net. And this is one of her strengths. It's just been a matter of adjusting to this game, the speed of this game, to get herself into positions to be able to release that shot. She gets it off here on the power play. She makes no mistake. First career goal.
We saw a beautiful goal in the shootout by Gosling earlier in the week, and now finally on the board in the regular season. And she came into this game, Becky, leading players who have not yet gotten on the board this season with 30 shots. What a breakthrough. 6th overall pick in the draft, Julia Gosling. Open scoring for Toronto. And so far the trend for the Sceptres is that when they have open scoring, they have not lost in regulation, meaning they've been able to get some points at the end of this. Let's see if that holds.
That's that power play again, though. It's just been dynamite for this team.
And now with 12 power play goals as a team, so impressive. It's 1-0 for Toronto through 20 minutes. We are all set now for the middle frame. It'll be Emma Malte at the face-off circle along with Mrazova. Katarina Mrazova, by the way, since she's returned, has really done a great job as well at the dot. She had a career-high 75% earlier this week.
An interesting decision for Toronto, for Malte to take that opening draw, because Ottawa was the better team in the face-off circle in the first period, so Toronto just switching things up a little, see if Malte can have some success, and she's usually pretty good in there as well.
Yeah, 13 wins to 5. Right now, though, Emma Smashmeyer looking out of her net as the Charge, who had double the shots on goal in the first period, 10-5. But it was the Sceptres on the power play. Daryl Watts trying to feed it out. Has Sarah Nurse, rims it around.
Well, Jinsey Rose trying to break that puck out, and it looked like it stuck.
Now finding space on the far side. Coming in, Brianne Jenner puts it on the body of Kirk.
Well, that's exactly what you want. Get in, get a good scoring opportunity right away. Now it's burying them for Ottawa.
Nurse plays it up to Watts. Flips it in. They go for the change. Out comes Maggie Connors in blue, and Scott Blair Turnbull with her, the captain, getting a helper on that Gosling goal, along with Savannah Harmon, her first point as a Toronto Scepter, but also first of the season, and nearly through the legs. Maggie Connors just kept out.
Well, Megan Carter, and one of the things she...
Now right in front again. Oh my goodness. Connors still set up net front and wants it bad. That time, friendly fire for the Ottawa Charge. The shot is blocked. Turnbull throws it on Mashmeyer once more in the glove. Gabby Hughes and Hannah Miller, the Scepters. Izzy Daniel out to fast. Far side, Gosling shoots. It's bouncing up high. Caught the helmet there of Miller. Still Scepter's puck. Daniel, patient, rims around. Fast. Looks for the pass, gets it out. Far side, cross ice, back to Harmon. Through the legs that time. Pressure from Manon McMahon. Now Jocelyn Larocque. Putting her former teammates on the boards. Benishova looks on, and one-timer. What a shot by Watts, just coming through the slot, rather. Just a heavy slap shot there. Through the legs. Jinsey Rose once more gets it up to Gabby Hughes. Gabby Hughes can't get around Ali Monroe, and no fire from Benishova. What an effort from the Charge, but the fans happy with what they see from Toronto. Sarah Nurse plays it back. Ali Monroe. As Captain Jenner gets it out, setting up Emily Clark. A 2-on-1. Clark shoots. Kirk saves.
You look look at Ottawa and wonder why they can't put pucks in the net. And Venetia misses one right in the slot. They go down on a 2-on-1. The outside shot is forced. So a couple of really good chances. Good quick ups. Monroe, nice back check. And there's that puck. Comes right out to Venetia and she fans on it. Then a 2-on-1. Clark opts to take that shot. She had Jenner wide open on the back door. Just finding that offensive gear, but I gotta say, Venetia right in the slot. That's point blank.
Ottawa wins the offensive draw here. Savalainen keeps it in for the charge. One time from Razova, they score! Emily Clark puts it away to tie things up.
You know what? Sometimes you're going to get a bounce, and they finally got a bounce. Now, they created this as well, and Emily Clark driving that back door is able to get a handle on this one and put it in the net. So Ottawa with a couple of good chances. They win the face-off again, an area that they have been good so far this game. Emily Clark just turns, goes back door, goes to the net. Digs that one out of the air. She says, all right, you know what? I'm going to take it. We'll take it any way we can. You got to go to the net if you want to score goals. Clark does just that.
Got Kirk on the move and the charge. Able to score.
Tell you what, you start winning faceoffs though, and some of those opportunities start to come. And you know, Ottawa struggled with that this year, but they beat New York in the faceoff circle. New York is the best team in the league in the dot, and so they're starting to build. Haley Irwin works with the team on that. She was one of the best in the business when she played.
Emily Clark's fourth goal of the season ties this game at 1 and an even strength marker at that. Ashton Bell out to Savalainen, and they get the puck down deep again in Sceptres territory. Daniel to Miller, kept in by Serdachny. Danielle Serdachny getting to work, pulls it off the boards. Ashton Bell trying to shake off Gosling. Bach was there now. Giant Dark Angel, but Megan Carter bringing that physical play, and Hannah Miller takes it out for the Sceptres. Out the other side. Izzy Daniel comes in low, and Daniel's last goal was scored in, or rather last point was scored against Ottawa back on January 14th. It's been quite a stretch of road games for the Charge.
Oh, they've been on the road a ton. Of course, the World Juniors came into Ottawa, so kind of pushed them out, similar to Toronto with the boat show. And so, yeah, they've only had a handful of, I believe it's 5 home games this season. And
yeah, 5 and 15, as this is game number 15 in a 30-game season, regular season for these teams. Both Toronto and Ottawa would love to find their way into a playoff spot, and one of these teams will at the midway point. Of course, so much can change in the back half, but Malte sends it around. Nurse. Narrative has certainly been Toronto trending in the right direction. Kirk plays it out. And that sets up some space for Darryl Watts. What a rush. In come the Sceptres, denied by Mashmeyer, still alive. Bararova clips it below the goal, keeps it below the goal line, and Ottawa getting on the move. Becca Leslie coming in. Back out into the neutral zone. Markowski sends it around. Flanagan gets there first. Back out to Monroe and Woods. Working off the wall now, the Sceptres. Bumped off it by Meitzna. And they go for a change, Ottawa does. Toronto looking to come through is Flanagan. She fires into the corner. Change there for the Sceptres.
That's what you like to see from your D. Flanagan's looking to make a pass, doesn't have it, she gets her feet moving.
Maggie Connors had her stick on it, and Ryla McKinnon sends it up. Another chance here, 2-on-1 developing. Toronto. Connors just out of reach. She has had so many chances, fired into the glove that time. What a shot by Megan Carter. And so shots being fired, but Ottawa able to find twine. Emily Clark ties things up 1 in Toronto. There's Jen
telecast right there. She goes, it's just giving us some perspective, right? She's moving well, she's seeing the puck well, but happy off the ice, happy on the ice. That's kind of the key to Mashmeyer's success this season. Daniela, Becky.
Thanks, Anastasia. Yes, baby Beckham watching on. Emmerich Mashmeyer has been doing Emmerich Mashmeyer things in this game, but we're all tied at 1. Toronto's opening goal did come on the power play. Ottawa able to get it done 5-on-5. The turnover, Turnbull brings it in, comes in close, drives the net, scores! Blair Turnbull gets the go-ahead for Toronto. Does it all on her own to do it.
Blair Turnbull has been playing so well. This is an offensive zone face-off. It starts in the draw, and she gets hit in the head off the draw, but she's slow to get up. Because she's slow to get up, means she's behind the play. So when this puck turns over, she's in behind everyone. She takes off and takes that puck to the net and just slides it through the 5-hole to put her team up 2-1. Turns on the Jets. Her on the wide drive, really dangerous, especially when she's coming in on her forehand. The fact that she was able to stay in behind the play gave her that chance.
4th goal of the season for Blair Turnbull, and she's got to feel good. She had 3 goals last campaign.
Well, she's a player you can trust. You know she's going to be really, really good defensively. She's going to come back and support the breakout. Those are the things, as a D, you love a center like that.
Her first career game-winning goal actually came against Ottawa in that January 14th matchup. So far, the Charge looking to even things out. Savalainen looking for the puck. It was high and whistled it. Well, this will be key here because Ottawa's been winning face-offs in this game, so Charge fans gotta like that. That's setting them up here in the offensive zone. Ali Monroe, though, getting in the way that time in the lane, and off the skate of Izzy Daniel back into the neutral zone. When we talk about winning the face-offs, prior to that was 19-6 for the Charge.
Well, and interesting enough, Toronto, who had struggled earlier in the year, but they were getting that part of their game together.
Yeah, ebbs and flows, right? And right now, just a 1-goal lead for Toronto. Long shot through traffic. Kirk with the read.
Venetia at that point shot, she comes out high to get open, to get this puck. And, you know, this is an area that this team has looked to get better. They have been better lately. Venetia, you watch, she comes nice and high, stays open, gets that pass back, and then fires a shot right away. You've got 2 Charge jerseys in front. They get a stick on this, so Kirk's got to make a nice save to be able to stay with that one. Carmen McLeod calls it a 2-for-1. She wants a shot from the point. She wants another shot or a tip in front. She's been getting those.
D'Angelo at the dot wins it. Sir Daphne, though, can hold on, and Sarah Nurse puts it into the neutral zone. LaRock takes it back for Ottawa. Jinsey Rose plays it up. Carter sends it back. Head on a swivel inside Coca-Cola Coliseum.
Carter just looking for the quick up, and I like that. Get that puck moving north quickly. She sees an opening right away. She's trying to put it up ice.
And now you got the Sceptres in Ottawa territory. In the slot now, Jinsey Rose. In Toronto, keeping the pressure. Malte, what a hit. She's off in the corner, but the play's going the other way. Bach to Cheyenne. D'Angelo turned aside by Kirk. And Malte is now off to the bench, but slow moving there, but on her own power.
She labored to the bench. She didn't see that hit coming, and LaRock came across.
Nurse up to Watts, back to Nurse, and she's just steered rather, around the net instead. Good play by Ashton Bell.
Well, those two have really found some chemistry, Nurse and Watts.
Flanagan now in the blue jersey, but Ottawa. Savalainen plays it off the wall. It's kept in by Comfer. Connors hovering there for the Sceptres, and Jenner was a helper in this game already. Back out, loose puck, Monroe. Into the neutral zone, chance breaking out here. Let's go Sceptres. Both fan bases, Ottawa and Toronto, so lively, and there are Charge fans in the stands here. It's not that far away. Now Lee Monroe plays it up. Connor's back. Turnbull. Some great quick passes here for Toronto. Ottawa sends it up. Jenner. Offside.
Start to really see those two have started to play together for quite a while now, the bulk of the season, and the chemistry they're developing, the playmaking.
Shots on goal, 15-14 for the Charge, so keeping it very close here in this Battle of Ontario. Fast, and Meixna now pinned on the boards.
Meixna gets in a hurry. She's got some speed.
Woods and Harmon, they clash and crash. Back out fast, now Neubauer-Rova as the Sceptres just kind of get out of their own end. Harmon.
Bodies are flying.
Hannah Harmon gets it out to Fast, and what a stick there by Meixna.
She's had a good shift.
And she'll be off representing her country of Austria in the Olympic qualifiers next week. So a lot of these players will be very busy during this international break. Into the slot, McMahon.
Well, the Canadians and Americans have it a little easier without any travel, or not a lot of travel.
Yeah, still in North America to close out their rivalry series. 2 games on the schedule to go. 3 played. Now Venisheva back up. Savalainen out to Bell. Bell shoots from the point. It's pushed wide. Good play by the Sceptres coming through. Izzy Daniel. She drives. Goes all the way around as Bell stays with her. It's her stick on the puck. Back loose. McMahon. Some fast periods of hockey here, Becky Kellard. 8:20 to go in the second period. Moving fast. Carter off the wall. Watts. Getting into the mix here, the Ottawa Charge. Zoe Boyd plays it up to Serdachny. Turnover. Now Sarah Nurse comes in. Nurse shoots. Denied. Back at it. Watts. It was a bouncing puck and it went behind.
Starting to feel like the Scotiabank game where Sarah Nurse is just getting chance after chance.
She talked about a force field in that game. It's kind of feeling that way, but Maschmeyer standing tall here against her fellow Team Canada teammates. Toronto with a 2-1 lead after a Turnbull goal in the second period.
Sarah Nurse with another glorious scoring chance. Julia Gosling looking for a second point. She tips this one over. Allows Nurse to walk right in. Maschmeyer's got her number so far tonight. Nice blocker save. She's got in all alone a couple times. You got to think it's only a matter of time. We said that last time we saw her at Scotiabank Arena, and it was just a matter of time.
Toronto from the neutral zone sends the puck in. Jincy Rose plays it up. Through the legs for Mrazova. It flipped way up back into the neutral zone. Rose and Nurse in the mix. There's Emily Clark's. Got Ottawa on the board here in the second period. Right now a 2-1 lead for Toronto. Just under 7 minutes left in the middle frame. Jincy Rose cross ice, and the Charge have been kept to fewer than 2 goals their last 5 games. And that has certainly been the narrative plaguing this team too, is can they score? Can they score in bunches? Right now looking for the equalizer, Serdachny. Up just wide, but had Venisheva down low. Check that, Larocque along the goal line. Back out Flanagan, using the wall, gets it up to Watts. Now through the neutral zone again, Victoria Bach out to Cheyenne Darkangelo, shoots off the pad. Sceptres get it out, but back in the neutral zone. Comfort trying to keep an eye on it. Bell, Turnbull in there. We're headed back the other way. Savalainen comes up and around Harmon.
Savalainen, who just drops her shoulder and drives into the zone. She's a big, strong player. You can see Harmon's second time around went, you know what, I think I'm going to contain. That's a tough battle to win.
Comfort plays it up to Hannah Miller, far side. Into the corner, Terlova, Markowski. Serdachny back down. So Ottawa just looks for a way. Looking for a clean exit and get on the move. Do have 2 more shots on goal than Toronto in this game so far. Offside for Fast, and Toronto still with a 1-goal lead, 2-1 over the Charge. Just over 5 minutes left in the second period. Right now, Ottawa looking to tie things up. They got their first goal. 3:40 into the second period. And just about 3 minutes later, Toronto tied things up. Reagan Kirk. 17 shots faced so far by the Charge. McMahon plays it back along the goal line. Goes behind Harmon. Hughes. Back out Jinsey Rose. Keeps it for Ottawa. Looks up. Plays it out to Larocque. Pass. One-timer off the pad. McMahon. He was in close, but Hannah Miller now.
Jinsey Rose with a good shift. She pulled that puck off the wall to keep that play going and then got the puck back and a nice quick shot. Traffic in front once again.
Up to Gosling and into the Charge zone. Flying in is Sarah Nurse, and she's had some tough hits in this game so far, too. A little shaken earlier.
No doubt she's going to throw one. She's taken a couple, like you said, taken a couple big hits.
Coming through on the line, Savalainen stripped, and that is a hit. Absolutely going to draw the penalty that time. Nurse wins that face-off. Now Miller, as they go around, Comfort up now. Watson, Nurse, hanging out down low, Fast. Patient. Up to Nurse this time, as she finds some room. Quick touches, and they score! Toronto Sceptres on the power play once again. This time extending their lead 3-1. And it's Renata Fast.
Well, how good has she been on the power play? And she's been good 5-on-5, but she's just getting it done on the power play. Once again, it's that shot. This is not a bullet of a shot. She just gets it off quickly. So it becomes very hard for the goaltender to react. It's on and off the stick. Boom and boom. Comes down, comes back up, and right away. And there it is. It's not on your stick long. It's not a hard shot. Your goaltender's got to react. They got players going to the net. And this power play, it can't miss right now.
Not a Fast second goal of the season. All smiles on the power play. So that's 2 power play goals for Toronto in this game alone.
First place power play in the league right now, and no doubt you start scoring 7 goals in 3 games on your power play.
They now have 13 as a team on the season. Ottawa has 3, and they haven't had really a chance to get going as well. They've had one really kind of full advantage earlier. Now Comfort capitalizing on a turnover in the slot. Serdachny able to come through for Ottawa. Brings it in. Out to Savalainen. Gets whipped back. Sarah Nurse able to get an assist along with Watts. The Battle of Ontario on the road, Becky, that's going to be great. So many Alberta connections for these players, too.
Well, that one sold out, I believe, fast. City of Ottawa really anxious to see some of this hockey, and what a homecoming for Danielle Serdachny.
Buffalo's just down the road. That's going to be a great game, too. Now, Bell tries to turn it around, get it up into the neutral zone. Savalainen was there, Mrazova as well, Jenner. Fast. We've talked about her speed, but it has been on full display this week, Becky.
Well, has it ever? She went head-to-head with Coyne Schofield in the game against Minnesota, which was just an epic race.
Now Gosling brings it in, and the fans, 40 seconds remain here in the second period. Toronto able to get 2 goals here in this middle frame. Back up Malte and Watts. Bouncy punt, less than 30 now.
Malte in a vulnerable spot there.
Victoria Bach. Can't find a lane. Boyd through traffic just wide. Had Cheyenne Darkangelo down low. Malte. Final 10 seconds now in the second period. Nashmeyer watches on. Through 40 minutes, the Toronto Sceptres now with a 2-goal lead. Final game for both teams before the international break. Who will come out on top right now? The Sceptres lead 3-1 thanks to goals by Turnbull and Fast in the second period. Right now is on the ice as the third period gets underway. Mila Ponicelli alongside Becky Keller on the call inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. Jocelyn Larocque takes it around the charge zone. The Ottawa Charge coming in strong. They've been winning of face-offs in this game. In fact, 24-12 through 2 periods. And they've also outshot Toronto through those 2 frames. Mrazova in now. Malte just going to get it out to Harmon. Looking to pinch in is Clark, and we'll have a penalty coming.
Right away, we're starting with a holding penalty, a holding the stick penalty. It looks like this one's going to be on Renata Fast. And she goes back to the penalty box.
Same with Toronto. They just managed to score on those 2.
Well, you can get a lot of momentum off of your power play. Ottawa really needs to do that.
Down through traffic, Jinsey Rose. It's blocked in front. Allie Monroe was sitting for that one. Back out. Turnbull. Turn around Clark. And Larocque at the half wall. Back again, bringing it in close, and Hughes just out of reach. Still in control with time here on the power play. Larocque, big crashing collision in front of the net. And a save still made by Reagan Kirk.
Allie Monroe with a couple of really nice defensive plays. She's got a block early on in this shift, then a good defensive play on a net crash. You see her get down in the lane, take that puck out. Nice block shot. And then as Ottawa's trying to crash the net, she says, I'm taking you down with me. And she goes in hard to try to clear out that space. Of course, on the flip side of that, Ottawa driving the net hard.
What was that sound effect, Becky? I gotta bring it back. Mrazova was at the dot, and Toronto wins that one. Can't make a clean clear as Sir Daphne holds the line. Out to Harmon, and Jenner meeting below the goal line. Savalainen out to Sir Daphne once more. Megan Carter hanging out down low for the Sceptres. Bell to Mrazova. Payson Mrazova looks for an option, has Bell. Out to Sir Daphne, comes in. Can they score? It bounces, saved again, loose. 2 minutes into the third period. Ottawa still with time here, 40 seconds remaining on this third power play of the game for them. Charge though, with just 3 power play goals this season, and with Toronto's 2 more in this game, they're now up to 13. Last season, through all 24 games, they had 11. This goes to show some of the strength that we're seeing on special teams. Savalainen to Mrazova. She comes down the middle, plays it out. Sir Daphne back. Savalainen just throws it towards the net. Off the wall. Jenner. She takes a spill. Sir Daphne stripped of the puck. Turnbull. Malte coming in with her. Takes a shot. Scores! Oh my goodness! Blair Turnbull! Absolutely fires that one. And her first regular season 2-goal game. What a day for the captain.
Oh, this one's backbreaking for Ottawa. Jenner at the top, and she just goes down, and she's laboring. Turnbull turns his puck back over. They go down the ice on a 2-on-1. Jenner just slides to the bench. She's slow to get up. Wait and see. She looks like she's leaving the ice. Nice snipe. Blair Turnbull having quite the game. Just fires that one. The 2-goal performance. And we'll keep our eye right now out on Brianne Jenner as she goes off.
Toronto still being outshot by the Charge, and in their 5 games where a team has outshot them this season, they have not come out on the winning end. Kirk lays it out, as Izzy Daniel there. It's about just trying to get through for the Charge. So Izzy Daniel with the moves keeps it in play for the Sceptres. Now Emma Malte, loose stick on the ice.
A nice stick by Zoe Boyd. Emma Malte was looking to cut to the net.
And Terlova gets her stick back there in the defensive zone for the Charge. Coming up fast. Shoots back out. Now Sarah Nurse fast once more. Malte to Harmon. Matches the bodies in front, and Venisheva loses her stick, wonders what's up with that. Digs into the corner, the wall. Coming out Watts. Malte can't fire that one. Mashmeyer covers.
Just a little slow getting that puck off her stick. Emma Malte, she's in a great spot. Once again, we'll take a look at Brianne Jenner as she goes down. She's just walking the lane at the top of the power play. Don't know if she caught something, but just crumbled on that right leg. Of course, that results in the turnover that gives Toronto the 2-on-1 opportunity. And again, you know, she was injured at the start of the year. You got to wonder if that was something that was nagging, because she looked like she just caught that foot maybe a little awkwardly. And so back out she goes, and tough for a team looking to generate offense to try to get her going. She had her first goal not long ago, so a player that was a big offensive producer for this team last year.
Both of Turnbull's goals this game unassisted, given her opportunistic nature for the captain. But as I mentioned, first 2-goal game the regular season. She did manage 2 goals. Game 1 of the playoff series against Minnesota. She had never had a multi-point regular season game up until today, when she had a goal and an assist earlier. So a big night for her. Meixner has to send it back below the goal line. Here's Ottawa trying to set up, get out of their own zone. McKinnon in the neutral. Neutral ice, flips it down. Played by Mashmeyer. Nearly jumped on it is Maggie Connors, and she had some good looks earlier in this game too. Fired Megan Carter.
Oh, she's got a heavy shot.
You're seeing her IQ as well on display in this game. Becky Keller, I know you've noticed it.
Just a few really little simple plays that she's made to transition pucks quickly, and you know, it doesn't, you know, you don't have to generate something new, just get the puck moving.
Victoria Bach puts it on Kirk. It's kicked out, and now we go the other way. Guess who has it? Becky Keller. It's Turnbull. Back out Connors. Daniel Serdachny takes it the other way. Plays it to Bach. Shoots and high. Caught a piece in front of the net, though. Serdachny off to the bench for a change. Savalainen from the point. In comes Mrazova. And she takes it. Scores! Katarina Mrazova off the bench. Buries it. Cuts the lead in half.
Well, she just absolutely rips this puck as she comes into the zone and makes no mistake to beat Kirk. And again, a player that's been out of the lineup. You talk about their vanishing offense, and that was part of the reason why. So to get her going again as she comes in off the bench, picks this puck up, takes a stride wide. She's got her stick in the middle of the ice, and she just rips that shot. There's just a beauty. You know, you give a player like that a little bit of time and space, and she can make you pay, and it's just hit.
And head coach Carly McLeod telling both of us, Becky, before the game, that's what she wants to see out of her players. Internalize, say, what can I do as soon as I step out? How can I go out and score that goal? Instead of perhaps looking at some external factors to why things aren't working. And so with the jump in there, step the charge on the move again, but turn back into the neutral zone. Terlova, the Markowski. Mrazova cross ice to Emily Clark. She comes in, shoots, kick save. Gosling there to help out. Hannah Miller as well. Chips it up, kept in on the point. Quick work by Terlova out to Mrazova. She winds up, bodies in front. I think Izzy Daniel caught a piece of that. Gosling as well.
Well, Daniel gets out. That's a nice block, but Mrazova's just all over the place right now. And before she was injured, she and Clark had some really nice chemistry, and we saw that there. A nice passing play as they start to find each other again.
You got to think that goal, too, was for their captain. Now coming in, Daryl Watts. What a chance. What a save by Mashmeyer.
Well, Watts on the turnover just walks right in.
Markowski looking to pull it off the wall. Ottawa saved by their netminder. Especially after just cutting that lead in half. Back out in front, shoot, Gabby Hughes. Reagan Kirk comes through for the Sceptres. So, more goals in the third period, but still a 2-goal lead for the Toronto Sceptres after captain Blair Turnbull scores Mrazova with the second for Ottawa in Toronto. Put it into the near corner, the Sceptres end. From the point, Darkangelo off the glass, Ashton Bell far side, goes to collect puck. Into the neutral zone this time, Bell. And it's taken away, Emma Malte, and she has Daryl Watts with her. Watts comes in. Can't connect, but what a play by Mashmeyer.
Daryl Watts has gotten a ton of opportunities this game, too. Watch Sarah Nurse here in this second effort to get this puck out as she's down on the ice. That's what gets it out into the neutral zone. It's a great second effort to give her squad this 2-on-1. Daryl Watts tries to cut back, runs into Mashmeyer. Nice little play between Emma Malte and Daryl Watts. Malte has been really good on that top line as well. You know, she goes in, she gets pucks. She's made some nice plays, too, in the last couple games.
Takes it down the other way. Emily Clark coming in. Pass back. No teammate in sight, so Sarah Nurse will look to capitalize. Over to Fast, and a good stick there by Mrazova to stop that one. Charge just one shot away from reaching the 30 is what I was trying to say, given the fact that that was the goal that's been set, because they did have very few opportunities there, but Brianne Jenner now back out on the ice too.
Oh, it's nice to see it. Yeah, trying to get to that 30 marker because they weren't shooting pucks early in the season.
Jenner not only on the ice, but playing the puck now. Down low. Nana McMahon looking for the wraparound is Jenner. Sceptres keep it out.
Kirk just gets that pad to the post.
Hannah Miller. She takes it wide. Flips it across ice. Flanagan there as well, along with Daniel and Gosling, who opened scoring in this game back in the first period. Ottawa battling now as we approach the halfway mark of the third period. A 2-goal lead for the Sceptres right now. Gosling, Neubauer-Rova in blue. Going to keep it in the offensive zone. But out from Terlova over to Rebecca Leslie. Leslie spins around, keeps it away.
Fancy little move there.
Yeah.
Rebecca Leslie against her old team.
Zoe Boyd takes it back for the charges. They get on the move. Anna Meixna. She drives towards the net. Puts it up in front. Bodies in front. There's the whistle. This is important. 9 minutes, 24 seconds. I mean, Ottawa potentially staring down a third straight regulation loss. That's 9 points up for grabs. I mean, a lot can change now. They're certainly rolling with some momentum. They have Captain Brianne Jenner back in the lineup after she was assessed in the locker room in the third period. Jocelyn Larocque over Jinsey Rose now. Plays it back. The Sceptres really clogging up the neutral zone here. Bach brings it in, shoots, save, rebound, just high for Cheyenne Darkangelo. Up and over, she was right there on the doorstep with that open cage. Darkangelo and Bach digging in off the wall, loose in the slot, back out. Connors goes into the Ottawa charge bench.
Ottawa with another chance, and this time it's the Serdagny line. She and Bach, who have had a lot of chemistry since they've been put together, and Bach just walks into the middle and then puts that one right back in front. Darkangelo driving the net, so again, a shoot to create. They get the rebound, Bach picks it up, Darkangelo just misses the net, and she's been put on this line to add a little bit of grit, to drive the net. She does a good job at that. 4 goals on the season already for her.
The 9th game with Ottawa for Victoria Bach. There is still one more to go tomorrow. This is the last for these two teams before they head out on the break. Out now, Daryl Watts, and a lot of players are going on that break, not just Canada, USA. The players like Morazova, who just took a spill there for Czechia.
Daryl Watts looking to get Emma Malte jumping to open ice. She just doesn't get that puck through.
Back and forth. Morazova keeps it now. Just under 8 minutes to go in the third period. Ottawa looking to add to it. I mean, they have to come out strong here. Scoring in the second and the third periods for Ottawa has not been kind. Goal differential coming into this combined for those two periods this season, -11. This is a team that wants to change the narrative. We've heard that. Now they're digging out of the exact deficit they had the last time these two teams met, January 14th. That was in Ottawa. Savalainen out to Bell. McMahon, pressure from fast now. Daniel takes it. She has Gosling with her. Gosling shoots. 288's getting at it. Savalainen comes through for the charge. Back to McMahon, flip down. Ottawa goes for a change.
Not fast with a big hit on McMahon.
Jinsey Rose comes through. Less than 7 minutes to go now. And there is Blair Turnbull. She's on hat-trick watch.
Toronto's just creating turnovers in the neutral zone right now. Emma Malte to the penalty box after a good shift and a nice pass. And a big hit on Man and McMahon, and she's not so sure. She got her feet turned so that she was going parallel. So I don't necessarily disagree. She leans her head of the box to say to the ref, "You gotta explain that one to me." He gave her a wave and said, "Go sit back down," but she doesn't agree with it. I gotta say, I'm not sure I agree with it either. I love the fact that she turned her toe cap so she was going the same direction as her opponent.
Big opportunity here for Ottawa, their 4th power play of the game, brought to you by Royale Tigertown. Now, they had 5 shots the last time they had the advantage, but it was right after that we saw Toronto score.
Well, up until that point, that power play was looking a lot better.
Yeah, 5 shots to the most of either team on the power play, although, of course, for Toronto, they were able to score twice. We approach the final 5 minutes of this game. Chance here for the charge to make this just a 1-goal game. But then you got players like Fast out there in blue for Toronto. Harmon as well, former charge player. Back out, good clear for Toronto. They go off for the change.
Renata Fast just waits to draw in that checker, bumps the puck back out to the middle of the ice to her teammates. Just got patience and awareness to read where the pressure is.
There was definitely a sense of urgency on the power play the last time the charge came out, and here they are just making sure that they play smart. Bring it up to Hughes. It's still forced to the outside. The Sceptres keeping him away from the middle right now. We do have Hughes in the slot. Larocque now down low. Getting into the netting though.
Larocque just looking for that pass on the wall.
It was such a different story the last time these two teams met in Toronto, in this very barn. Just 13 shots on goal for the Charge, but they were able to bury 2 goals. Clark in the neutral zone, 25 seconds to go on the power play. And you have to think after this, so you're going to start looking to go 6 on 5. Nisheva.
Yeah, it's not going to take long after this.
Back out. Shoot through traffic. Catches one of their own. And we've got Larocque all twisted in there with Turnbull. The crowd loves the clear, and not a single shot on goal for the Charge in that power play.
Toronto penalty kill just does a nice job to read when to pressure. Pressuring pucks, making it hard to really get a good setup.
A penalty kill that started off very weak in this season here, and Izzy Daniel keeps it, sends it down low for Julia Gosling. Of course, right now, 5 on 5 in the Ottawa zone. The Charge look to get on the move. Mashmeyer definitely looking to the bench right now. Fast takes it back.
Fast with a good defensive play to get body position on Darkangelo as she drives the net.
Back up to Boyd, and puck lands in the neutral zone off the wall. Miller. Darkangelo out to Terralova. Daniel thought she had batted it back. Mashmeyer still in net, 2:40 to go. Ottawa trying to dig out of a 2-goal deficit here. Miller off the wall. Shift change.
I gotta think this time down the ice, if they can get into the offensive zone with possession, Mashmeyer's gonna come out of the net.
Serdachny plays it beautifully up to Mrazova, but there come the Sceptres. Just closing out the slot, keeping them to the outside. Savalainen. Everyone's got to come back. Ashton Bell now taking it up. On the right side, rims it around. There goes Mashmeyer. Well, not quite. She's definitely looking up just to make sure. And good thing she heads back to her net. This is tough. Final 2 minutes here now for the Charge. They really want to get some 6 on 5 going here. See if they can cut into that Sceptres lead. They're going to have to dig deep if they want to come back here. They've had the shot volume, 32 shots so far. Serdachny in the slot, lays it out, fast. Mashmeyer still can't get out of her crease.
Well, she's going to have to take a chance at some point, even if they haven't got full possession. If it's in that zone, she's got to go.
There she goes. A minute 25 now in the third. Toronto holding on to a solid lead here. This was the outcome the last time these two teams met, 4-2 on January 14th. An empty cage for the Charge, 6 on 5, but we are now approaching the final minute. And they've got to get 2 to tie this. Here comes the captain, Jenner. She drives the action just wide. Larocque puts it back to Jenner that time. In control, Jenner tries to fire it back out to Jinsey Rose. Rose in and around Larocque. 45 seconds to go here. Jenner, one-timer. May have gotten a piece of Kirk, bounced up and over. Kirk covers, 36 seconds to go.
Toronto with a nice job defending. One-timer from the point. Brianne Jenner misses the net. Mrazova just tries to chip that one up. See if she can create something off of that. Kirk's able to hold on. 36 seconds left.
So it's a tough way to close out the international break. You got to think it'll be a good reset starting that second week of February when the action picks up. Savalainen fires it into the glove
This is just a huge 3 points for Toronto, who's been sitting in the basement. Will still have an opportunity to see if they can do something about that. But, you know, for Toronto, you're going to go into the international break, and your game has been building and building. We've seen it even with the losses.
Triumph for Toronto. A 4-2 win over Ottawa to even the season series. The Sceptres closing out their first half of the season with a much-needed win.
This Toronto team, like I said, has been building. They have been playing well. They finally were rewarded today with the 3 points.